Alright, so what is up, my Whisker gang? What is up, my subscribers? In today's video, we're going to be going over Diona and a lot about her that I feel like she can potentially be the best support in the game. Besides the fact of, Bennett. Because Bennett is a really good support, as we all know. I am sorry about my dog barking. He just tends to do this every time right before I make a video. But anyway, guys, in today's video, we're going to be going over Diona's best build, why she might be the best support, and all of that. Even her best weapon at that, right? So before we get into this video, if you are new here, first video you watched, any of that, go ahead and join the Whiskribers on the grind to 1K by hitting the subscribe button down below. Join the Whisker gang. We all welcome you here. And at 1K, we are going to be doing a giveaway. So y'all stay tuned for that. And also, we're going to be doing a brand. We're going to be doing a lot. So, just in case, my Twitter is in the link of my description. If you want to DM me ideas for the logo, if you want to participate in helping me make logos and things for the brand, you can, and I will keep them into consideration. And y'all already know. So that's about it. Also drop a like down below. You're gonna enjoy this content. And I'm also sorry about yesterday that I had a breakdown at work. Like I got really it felt like I was really sick. So I had to call off. I had to get off work and come home and rest, and I had to rest a lot, and I'm still feeling a little woozy, but that won't stop the grind. Y'all already know. I love y'all. Anyway, let's get into this video. Okay, so as you can see, we have Diona. Now, I want to go over her talents and whatnot, and also, if you don't know, my constellation right now is at 3, because I got like really lucky. If you haven't watched the summons, I will link them at the end of this video, so stay tuned for that, or it might just be right here. But anyway, Diona. Her talents are, she has the normal attacks, right? Blah, blah, blah. And then she's a bow user as well. This is where it comes in, right? So we have her elemental skill, which is called Icy Paws. What this does, basically, is it fires an Icy Paw that deals cryo damage to opponents and forms a shield on hit. So she's a shield character. The shield's damage absorption scales based on Diona's max HP, and its duration scales off the number of Icy Paws that hit her target. Press to rapidly fire off 2 Icy Paws. Hold to dash back quickly before firing 5 Icy Paws. The shield created by the hold attack will gain a 75% damage absorption bonus, right? So what this does, Icy Paw damage is 41.9 per paw, and base shield damage absorption 7.2% max HP, right? And the duration is 1.8 seconds per claw. If you press, the cooldown is 6, and the holding cooldown is 15 seconds, right? So you're gonna have to wait a while for that. You're gonna have to wait a while if you hold it, but at the same time, if you hold it, you get more duration, and you also get the shield longer. And basically, we're gonna get into the build and why the best build is going to be what it is, because this character is absolutely going to dominate on the field as a support, right? And we also have her elemental burst. This is basically tosses out a special cold brew that deals AoE cryo damage and creates a drunken mist in an AoE. Deals continuous cryo damage to opponents within the AoE, continuously regenerates the HP of characters within the AoE. So, guys, when you're in this field, it literally is giving you, it's healing you, right? And also dealing damage. And once it does that damage, you are prone to elemental reactions, right? So, let's get on to what we can build. Also, actually, I want to go over passive. I almost forgot, right? Characters shielded by Icy Paws have their movement speed increased by 10% and their stamina consumption decreased by 10%. And opponents who enter the AoE of her elemental burst have 10% decreased attack for 15 seconds, right? So these are really decent. This is decent. I wish it would have been like attack or something similar to Bennett, but it's fine. This is really good. Having a speed increase and the stamina consumption decrease, that's really good. But let's go over some of her builds. Alright, here we have the first piece. So what we're going to do, I think we're going to build a two-piece set on her because of how she is. But in my opinion, actually maybe a four-piece. So this is an option. You can do the 4-piece set of Retracing Belied. The reason you can do this is because it increases your shield strength by 35% on a 2-piece, right? So your shield strength grows stronger. And it already is strong because it's based off of her max HP, basically, right? So, and then the 4-piece set is while protected by the shield, you gain an additional 40% normal and charged attack damage. And that is really good on the supporting the damage side. So if you want her to be a support and damage heavily, 4-piece set of Retracing Belied would actually work really well with her, since her elemental skill shields you, and it will give you these bonuses, right? But there is also one thing I want to keep in mind and tell you guys. This character is like, since she's based off reactions, what I'm thinking is, yeah, this is a really good set, right? But also, let me explain something, right? When you get the 4-piece set, primarily what you are looking for is, primarily what you're looking for is basically your Sands of Eon needs to have an HP main stat, your Goblet of Eonthym has to have a main HP stat, and your Circlet of Logos has to have a main HP stat. Because when you build this character, the shield bases off of her HP, meaning the more HP you have, the stronger your shield's actually going to be. So you need to, for sure, try your best to get the HP stat on all of those pieces I just mentioned. And I believe that the 4-piece set will benefit you more if you're going for a damage route, if you want to support damage a lot. And I feel like her and Bennett on the same team, 2 supports on the same team, and then like, it would be broken because you would have your shield, then you have Bennett's ult, and if you have Constellation 2 Bennett, you already know that basically, hold on, let me go to that real quick and show you. Okay, so no, it was Constellation 1. And basically, if you know, once you get Constellation 1, Fantastic Voyage's attack increase no longer has an HP restriction and gains an additional 20% of Bennett's base attack. So that's also going to be supporting you while you're on your Diona and you have your shield and whatnot, because as you know, her shield, if you have the Retracing Bolide 4-piece set, you get that plus additional 40% damage, plus Bennett's Elemental Burst, which gives you plus 20% damage, plus the other damage that is on his Fantastic Voyage. And basically, you're just gonna have a extreme buff team that can buff you a lot. So I feel like definitely the 4-piece set of Retracing Bolide would be extremely good for her. But there's also, I believe there's also other options that you can do. So let's go into those options as well. But in my opinion, what I'm probably going to be running is the 4-piece set of Retracing Bolide. Since I'm going a damage route, I'm probably going to max my Kecking out and run Kecking with Diona and whatnot. And it's just I'm going to do tons of damage. I'm going to one-shot bosses and all that, right? So let's get into another build you could potentially put on your Diona. Okay, so here's how I built my Diona, but like I said, I'm probably going to change this, but just for example, like I said, there are other combinations you can use. Now, I know that all of you are not AR40. I just recently hit AR40, so my drop rates are like really good. What loot I get, it's way better than the normal, you know, AR35 or AR30 at that, right? So basically what I'm running right now is the Exile 2-piece set for the energy recharge, so that I can basically spam my elemental burst, so that I can always let me see, hold up. So I can always do this right here, have the regeneration as well as the continuous damage as well as the elemental reactions. Now once you get those elemental reactions, because you're always constantly freezing them while they're in this AoE, you can also do the damage, because I have also the Wanderer's Troop, which is a 2-piece set. Increases elemental mastery by 80%, by 80. And what this does is basically, once you increase your elemental mastery, the higher the character's elemental mastery, the stronger the elemental energy that can be released. Increases damage caused by Vaporize and Melt by 23. Also increases damage caused by Overload, Superconduct, Electrocharge, Shattered, and Swirl by 56. So basically, any reaction is going to get a damage bonus, right? So we're getting a damage bonus on the reactions, and once we do her elemental burst, that causes the freeze reaction, where they're all inflicted with cryo, and then that's when you go to your next character and you can do reactions and do tons of damage. Say for example, you are a Diluc main, you're literally, him combined with with Diona might be extremely broken, especially since it freezes and then you get the on hit and it shatters and it does even more damage, right? So this is the set that you can possibly run, but at the same time, like I said, most of you don't have the Wanderer's Troop and can't get it because you're probably lower than AR40 or AR35, right? So that's where we will opt for this right here, right? We will opt for Instructors instead of the Wanderer's Troop. You want to opt for Instructors if you cannot. My bad. You want to opt for Instructors if you cannot get the Wanderer's Troop if you are low AR. This set is really good because it also increases the elemental mastery by 80. It's just that the Instructor does not have a 5-piece set. So like it's just gonna be 4-star or 3-star. If you're lucky, you get 4-star, right? But the Wanderer's Troop is basically just a 5-star version of It's just a 5-star and 4-star variant of the literal instructor set, okay? So what you want to do if you can't get the instructor set, I know you can 100% get the exile set. You guys, you definitely could get that even if it's 3-star, but mainly you want to go for a 4-star. And basically you can go for that, and once you get a high enough AR, you can also go for the Wonder Shoot for this right here. It's just a higher, the reason I recommend the 5-star is because it's just the higher substat and the higher substat and higher main stat, basically. That's the only reason you choose the 5-star items or 4-star items, or try to. So yeah, and I'm also just running as the middle piece is this right here. It gives me more HP because, like I said, she scales off of HP. So what you want to do is get the best HP you have. I have no 5-star HP. I have no 5-star HP stats in here. No 5-star main HP stats. That's why I'm running this right here. And this gives me the HP plus that, and also energy recharge, which is also good because I am also running energy recharge. So it gives me some more energy recharge. And so what my energy recharge is looking like right now is right here, 132.9%, which is actually pretty decent. It could be better, but that's what I have to settle with right now because I literally have so much to build and I don't want to waste all my materials. I'm still debating. You guys let me know down below if you want to see Keking or Diluc, because I'm debating on who I should keep building. I can keep building Diluc, or I could just start with Keking. I am sorry about my dogs. Oh my god. As I was saying, you guys let me know down in the comment section below if you want me to start building Keking or if you want me to just stick with Diluc. I mean, like, I really want to stick with Diluc, but at the same time, I love Keking, and she's a DPS as well. I'm trying to decide on which I actually want the most. So, yeah, y'all let me know down in the comment section, right? But back to Diona. Basically, all that I said, you can try these sets with her. There's many things you can do. There's also, let me think. You can also, yeah, so let's go to our artifacts. Recharge, you can run this, exile, you can also run the scholar. So let me go to that because I forgot to mention that as well. You can run the scholar as well, which also does energy recharge. And like I said, this is for, like, if you can't, I actually don't think exile and scholar is basically almost the same thing, right? Let me see something, right? Let's go to exile. Yeah, so basically exile is the same thing as scholar. It's up to you which one you want to run. If one of them has a better base stat or one of them has a better substat, it's up to you and up to what the substat or main stat is, right? So that is really about it for our builds. You already know, and like I said, you want to focus mainly on looking for HP as the main stat on your Sands of Aeon, your Goblet of Eonthym, and your Circlet of Logos. And if you don't know how to know which ones those are, you see right here it says Sands of Aeon, and then it's the Plume of Death always has an attack stat, by the way, and then the Flower of Life always has an HP stat. The Goblet of Eonthym, you want HP stat, and the Circlet of Logos, you want a HP stat. So as you can see, I have HP stat on my Sands of Aeon, on my Goblet of Eonthym, and on my Circlets of Logo, which is really good. So I'm gonna scale really high with my shield and how it can absorb damage and whatnot. It's gonna be a really strong shield. And also we're gonna since we have the elemental mastery, we're gonna be prone for elemental reactions having more damage, okay? And also we have the energy recharge, so we can spam more of our elemental burst, which does the skill damage of 100%, continuous field damage of 65.8%, and we regenerate over time 6.67% max HP. Duration is 12 seconds, so it's really good. And yeah, so this is really good. I like how she supports with the shield. The shield, this is really the main thing you want to what you want to level up on this character. You don't want to waste resources on her normal attack damage. You want to put everything you have into Icy Paws. You want Icy Paws to be up and Signature Mix to be up for the healing as well as the damage support, since you have the 4-piece retracing bolide set. So if you have the 4-piece retracing bolide set, you really need to level this up a lot, because like the higher the level, it's gonna be so good. You're gonna be doing 40% plus damage, and you're also gonna have a lot of defense. Like, it's gonna protect you a lot, is what I'm saying, okay? So level this up and level the elemental burst up as well, right? So let's go on to what her best weapon is, because guys, y'all want to know this. I know you do, trust me. So it's crazy and coincidental that I actually have every bow that she basically needs, right? So we have the sacrificial bow, we have the stringless bow, and we also have the Favonius war bow. These are the 3 main bows that you want to use on her because of the basic fact. Let's go over each one in separate details, okay? So the sacrificial bow has a base attack And then also the energy recharge. And like I said, energy recharge is extremely important because you want to get your elemental burst as fast as possible, and recharging that energy is really good for that, right? So right here, composed is after damaging an opponent with an elemental skill, the skill has a 40% chance to end its own cooldown. And if you have multiple dupes of these, like I do, I have a couple I can put into it basically. If you have multiple dupes like this, you can refine it, and the more you refine it, the better this gets. And it's like, actually, yeah, I'm not gonna go over it, but basically this refined is a really good bow for Diona because of the chance to end the own cooldown. So you end the cooldown and can immediately go back into the shield, and then if you have the set where you have the plus 80 elemental mastery, you can go right into the shield, shoot the things, boom, they're inflicted with the element cryo. Now that they're inflicted, you can inflict an elemental reaction with another character once you switch, and then that's going to give it plus 56% damage bonus because of the elemental mastery. Okay, you see what I'm saying though, right? So like basically this is based off of if you have good refinement. If you don't have good refinement, it's the only bow you have, and you have Diona, use it still. Okay, but if you have good refinement, that makes it even better because of the chance to end its own cooldown gets higher. Okay, so also let's go over the stringless. I recently just got this yesterday when I was not yesterday, the day before yesterday. If you haven't watched the summons, go watch them. Basically, this is the bow that I pulled on Child's banner. This is the stringless. The stringless is a base attack and also elemental mastery. So having more elemental mastery is good because, like it says, basically the higher. Let's see something real quick, right? We'll switch on to this. Go back, go to attributes, go to elemental mastery. Alright, so now it went from 56% from this right here, increases damage caused by overload, superconduct, electrocharge, shatter, and swirl by 50% to 70% just because I put that bow on. Because the bow, and it's not even maxed out, it's only level 1, guys. So this is level 1 and elemental mastery 36. So this elemental mastery can go even higher. The higher you have this, the more damage you're going to do on elemental reactions, okay? So that's why this bow really plays a good hand. And also right here, this increases the elemental skill, which is your shield. This increases that, and also increases your elemental burst by 24%. So your elemental burst is going to do more damage, and your elemental skill is going to do more damage. And I believe your elemental skill should be stronger. The shield should be stronger, right? So this is, in my opinion, the stringless is a really good option that I have not heard many people say, because I don't know, I haven't heard you say this, because this option is extremely good, especially if you want to go for reactions and for damage and whatnot. But this depends on your build. If you are building your Diona with a retracing bolide set, I mean, you can do the element, you still can use stringless for the elemental mastery, and for the elemental burst damage should be increased and elemental skill damage should be increased. You can still use the stringless, but it would probably be better if you use the sacrificial bolt if you have it, so you could have a chance to end your own cooldown, so you could spam your shield if possible. This only happens every 30 seconds, by the way. So now we have our Favonius Warbow. This has a base attack. The energy recharge is 39.7% right now because mine is level 50. So basically this is a really good weapon as well. It's similar, I think it's similar to the sacrificial bow, except the energy recharge is way better. As you can see right here, this is level 50 out of 60, and it only has 19.9, but on this it's level 50 and has a strong energy recharge of 39.7. So this is really good because I feel like if you want to spam her elemental burst to heal a lot and apply that cryo to the field, do the AoE, and then get if you have the elemental mastery set on as well, you get the extra bonus damage that you get from reactions. You can do that as well, but it's a tough decision. I feel like it's definitely, they're all good options. You should opt for whatever you have. If you have two of the bows, say for example you have Favonius Warbow and the Sacrificial Wolf. So if you have the Favonius Warbow, I feel like you should opt for this unless you have a good refinement on your Sacrificial Bow. Okay, because the energy recharge is low, but it has a chance to end its own cooldown, which is really good. But if you have like refinement 4 or 5, you definitely should run the sacrificial bow for the cooldown to be decreased like fast as possible, so you can spam your shield, so that you could get the retracing bolide 40% plus damage, and then add that to your Bennett's Constellation 1, and then you get the gist. You could do tons of damage. There's a lot of potential for these weapons, right? But honestly, if you have the Favonius Warbow and you only have a refinement 1 sacrificial bow, you should opt for the Favonius Warbow just because of the energy recharge rate being so high. I mean, this is if you want to do your elemental burst a lot. And then it says right here, crits have a 60% chance to generate a small amount of elemental particles, which regenerate 6 energy for the character. So basically, you're regenerating. You have the energy recharge, which is giving you more elemental burst, and then you also have a 60% chance to generate more energy to get back to. So this weapon is to spam your elemental burst. Is what I'm saying. Okay. So if you want to spam your elemental burst, this is the weapon right here. If you want to opt for trying to end your cooldown on your shield, this is what you want right here. But if it's between the stringless and this, or the stringless and this is a really tough decision, since the stringless basically gives you the mastery for the reactions to do a lot, and then the elemental skill damage is increased as well as the burst damage is increased. It's a really tough decision, but why? I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. But anyway, as I was saying, between the stringless, Favonius, and the sacrificial, I feel like the sacrificial, if you have refinement, like I said, is the best because of how it depends on how you build your Diona. But if you build your Diona with the set where you have 80 mastery, plus 80 mastery, and energy recharge, or if you have, plus 80 mastery or energy recharge, or if you want to run the Noblessly Obliged, which I don't know, it's up to you guys how you want to run your Diona, but I feel like energy recharge and elemental mastery will be really good for Diona. That's why I'm saying that set is probably the second best. In my opinion, I feel like Retracing Bolide is the best for me because I want to do more damage. So it's going to be like, why is my dog doing this? So it's going to be basically the 40% plus damage because of the shield, and then you'll constantly get the shield back because you have a chance to end your own cooldown. And I'm going to refine mine like as soon as I'm done with this video, so I'll have a better chance to end the cooldown, and then I'll just consistently get my shield, and the more I get my shield, the more I can activate my Retracing Bolide effect, which is basically you get the 40% plus damage on normal and charged attacks once you go into a shield. And then like you also are applying the cryo, you apply the cryo to them once you do the shield. So that's like really, really cool. And then that's opting for my elemental mastery set, which is my my Wanderer's Troop, because I have the Wanderer's Troop. I don't have the instructor. So basically it's a perfect combination. So what I would run is the sacrificial bow. But if you don't have the sacrificial bow, if you have Favonius and you have stringless, I feel like you should, if you want to spam elemental burst, Favonius. If you want to literally have a lot of damage on your reactions and you want to have a lot of damage on your elemental burst and elemental skill, stringless. It's that simple. But what I'm probably going to run is sacrificial bow, and if not that, then I'll probably run the stringless. I'm not key on spamming the elemental burst. What I really want is that shield consistently to get my plus 40% damage if I'm running the Retracing Bolide, which I am going to be running. So that is for me, and that is also information for you to keep in your mind. It really depends on how you build your Diona, because you can build her in many ways. You could build her to consistently do elemental burst to heal, or you could build her to do damage, which is the Retracing Bolide route, right? So that's really about it for this video. I don't want to go and that's basically all the detail. Actually, this is probably a really long video. I went in a lot of detail because I really wanted to say this character can actually be really, really good. Yeah, Bennett's like super good. Okay, Bennett, like his right here, blah blah, skill attributes. Okay, so you hold, this does this, and this is level 1, strikes twice, dealing pyro damage, launching enemies. Level 2 unleashes 3 consecutive attacks and deals impressive pyro damage. But the last attack triggers explosion damage that causes both Bennett and the enemy to be launched. Right? So this is really good because of explosion damage, but this is where he really, really powers up. It's because of this. You get regeneration constantly, right? And you get the attack bonus ratio. So if you can like get a lot of dupes and max his constellation out, basically, if you possibly can, it will be insane, because he's gonna do way more damage because you can max his level out for his elemental burst. You could like go up 3 levels or 6 levels or something like that, right? And the cooldown is only 15 seconds. Duration is 12 seconds. Exactly similar to Diona. She has 12 seconds on her elemental burst as well. So like I said, elemental burst, Diona and Pyro Bennett, Diona and Pyro Bennett, they can go well really together as a double support on a team, in my opinion. But like I said, if you only have one of these characters like Diona or Bennett, just keep in mind, like I said, Diona, how to build her. This is how you build her, and she is a really good support. She might be better than Bennett, in my opinion, depending on how much we could spam this. Because where Bennett lies is this right here, okay? And also decreases passion overload, cooldown, blah blah. This is passion overload, okay, right here. And also within the area of Fantastic Voyage, passion overload takes on the following effects: cooldowns reduced by 50%, and Bennett will not be launched. So you can spam this basically, right? Diona is really good because of this shield. like I said, she might be the best support, but there has to be tests and whatnot. I'm going to test her out. I'm going to have to max her out and get her passives and whatnot. That's fine though. We already have the plus level 3 on her elemental burst, which is really cool since we got her to constellation 3. So that's really cool. But anyway, guys, that's really about it for this video. I just wanted to discuss the best build for her, why it's the best build for her. You could go different routes if you want. Like I said, you can switch this up. So it's not like you're prone to staying on one thing, but just make sure you focus on either elemental mastery, energy recharge, or actually, yeah, elemental mastery, energy recharge, and if you want elemental burst damage, okay? But elemental mastery and elemental recharge, and definitely your HP stats on the targeted things I said. Like I said, it's on these that you want to have HP. You want to have it on Sands of Eon, Goblet of Eothim, and Circlet of Logos, okay? That's where you want to have your HP stats as main, right? Okay, and if you have substat HP stats, that will be also really, really good. The more HP you have, the stronger your shield. And like I said, that's this. You hold down on our elemental skill, you get more duration. The more duration you have, the more damage you have if you have the retracing bullite set. Y'all know how this works. I'm not gonna explain anymore. Anyway, guys, if you enjoyed this video, if this video helped you, if you have Diona, if you got shafted like me, you got Diona, you didn't get child, go ahead. At least you know how to build her now, right? Okay, but anyway, go ahead and smash the like button down below. Join the subscribers on the grind to 1K. We are almost there, guys. And like I said, I am sorry about yesterday, and I'm sorry if I sound under the weather in this video. I am still a little bit messed up right now. I still need to get some rest. But anyway, guys, I thank you for everybody who came to watch this video, and I will catch you guys in the next one. I love y'all, and peace out.